Dr. McGuckin,
Hello, Dr. Jaffe.
you and Kathy have a family practice par excellence.
Oh, thank you.
You help many people that have been everywhere, and you find solutions because you look more deeply at the causes, not just the consequences, not just the symptoms.
Yes.
But tell us why you are so excited about the work we do together in practice.
Well, we have a test, the lymphocyte response assay test from Lysac Biotechnologies. And this test allows people to be in control of their own health. It is the number one test where I can actively do this and just say, now you can decide how you want to feel. People are, well, they're skeptical, but then when they get the test results and they come back and they're like, hey, my headaches are gone, this is gone, that's gone, my bowels are moving like they're supposed to. Life is better. That's exciting. And what I wanted to add, I had a question for you, is as I came across a research article. Now, this is in Science Magazine, and as you taught me, the Science Magazine is a really good journal, and it was recent. It was July 4th, 2024, and it was from the Riken Center of Integrative Medical Sciences in Kyoto University, Japan, and the Institute of Molecular Oncology in Milan, Italy. Now, and what they were able to collaborate and do, and this is because our lymphocyte response assay test is measuring the same exact white blood cell that they were measuring, which is the activation of T lymphocytes. So they were able to isolate rare helper T cells that were associated with autoimmune responses and causing trouble in people. So out of 1 million cells that they looked at, T lymphocytes, they found 606 that were causing 18 different immune mediated illnesses. So I wanted to ask you, what did they do? And from what we know, that by doing our testing method to reduce the inflammation in the body, it helps the immune system repair itself. And I wanted to ask how the two tests are doing the same thing, and then how to get into the detail on how we're repairing the immune system.
Right. We have been measuring T cell responses, immune complex responses, and we have been distinguishing helpful from harmful antibodies since 1983, 84. They have done an elegant further demonstration that when you lose tolerance, when your immune defense and repair system starts to attack you, because you have burdened it too much with defense work and not given it enough opportunity to repair itself through restorative sleep and through the many mechanisms that exist in the body, because, as you correctly said, inflammation is repair deficit. Inflammation is not a fire to be fought. Our mechanistic misunderstandings of many aspects of biology persist in conventional circles, but they have been superseded in the research community, and we have been leaders in making clinically available what was known for many, many years, which is that the T cells, the T-class lymphocytes, are the most important for distinguishing tolerance and intolerance, autoimmunity versus repair ability. And we want to offer to you, for you to implement, a roughly 3 to 6 month restorative, reparative, rehabilitative plan that improves restorative sleep. It improves how you feel and function. It makes you a little bit more flexible if you're willing to stretch. It does many, many good things for every aspect of your body, especially, as you said, the digestive tract or the microbiome.
Yeah.
So we are on the cusp of a paradigm shift towards prevention, towards
Good.
true health promotion. And you, for decades, have been leading in your area, providing these kinds of tools and, importantly, interpretations. Because if I tell you you have a lymphocyte that's intolerant, but I don't tell you how to restore tolerance in the lymphocyte, I don't think I've really done my job. And as you know, we've done over 100,000 specimens. We've done 30 million cell cultures. We have the most precise cell culture clinically available. Now, what these colleagues, what these researchers did was then prove that these T-class lymphocytes know where the repair deficit is, where the inflammation is, and they will home in on whatever part of the body is self-attacking, any part of the body that is autoimmune, any part of the body that is inflamed. This is just the T-class lymphocytes knowing their business. But I've said, and I need to emphasize, that if you don't do a cell culture, you don't get the T-class lymphocyte information. You don't get immune complexes. You don't distinguish helpful from harmful antibodies. So today, I would say, and I've been saying this for a little while, do an LRA by ELISA Act, and the more comprehensive you are today, the better. I'd like you to talk to us over time. You have seen, I think, some shifts in the kinds of reactions that you observe. We do foods and preservatives, but we also do toxins and environmental chemicals and even molds and dander, hair, and feathers as options. And we find the more complete information you have about what is burdening the immune defense and repair system, the more you're able to restore them to good health, to a thriving life, not just a surviving life.
Right. We've decades ago, when we would do the testing, it was predominantly food reactions. Stay away from a particular food and the symptom. The immune system was able to repair very rapidly. Today, the amount of preservatives that are in the foods, the fungicides, the residues on the fruits and vegetables, whatever, the non-organic food sources, it's the environmental pollution. The United States is a very clean place, but we still have we got a lot of cars. There's a lot of car exhaust in our. What we found is the amount of antioxidants needed to detoxify to help the antioxidants that are helping us make cell energy to remove these chemical burdens. And what we found is you can't eat enough oranges to overset we're coming in contact with. So now when we do the allergy test, the enormous amount of burden from chemicals, heavy metals, molds, these items now are superseding the foods. And now the repair takes longer because we have to get these chemicals out. We have to move the heavy metals out in order for the cells to repair. So I do like testing over 400 items. If we test just a basic banana, you miss all the other chemicals that are the sprays, the farmer sprays, all these other chemicals that we're exposed to has to get out. So when we do the lymphocyte response assay test, we also do an omega-3 and omega-6 concentration test. The cell permeability is so important. And we talked about this before, it was a game changer when they were able to perfect the accuracy of that test, which goes back to
Bill Harris. Bill Harris has done a yeoman's job of documenting 8% or more is what you want. Most of us have many times more omega-6 than omega-3. We need to supplement the omega-3 and have omega-3 rich diets and reduce the omega-6 because the omega-6 is in the processed foods and beverages.
And what's fascinating is we will see an overnight improvement when we've reached that cell permeability where now the cells can come to life and the body can detoxify through the lymphatic system. We will see, they just get better overnight. It's the next time I see them, they're all better. And it's comical. I shouldn't say it's comical because it startles me when they come in with some significant problem. And this one fella said to me, he goes, "I'm all better. I'm here because you told me to be here, but I want to go." And he had a significant issue. So, but we were this particular fella had an exposure to it was a pesticide spray, and
Oh, in
and
your area, it's very common for the air to be polluted, for the biocides to drift and be in the air, in the soil, in the water. And just recently, the EPA has finally, after decades, forced the farmers of brassica. This means like broccoli and cabbage and okra and other brassica vegetables are massively contaminated with a cancer-promoting chemical that has been banned all over the world except in America.
yeah.
Finally, the EPA is catching up. Okay, I think they should be congratulated for taking a step, and hopefully more steps to come, because as you correctly said, commercial produce is contaminated too much today with everything from microplastic to glyphosate to other harmful environmental chemicals. And we can reduce by 80% the exposure, and the other 20% we can support our liver and kidneys to detoxify, to get them out of the body. As you said, if you keep the burden on the body will be burdened. You'll be in survival mode. You won't be thriving. We want people to be thriving. We want people to be able to repair as well as defend themselves. We want people to get restorative sleep and be able to digest, assimilate, and eliminate the foods they eat.
And we wouldn't be able to, and we would not have known this if we weren't testing for it. And we have the accuracy with the test that we know with great certainty that this is accurate. So it was fascinating. This person was sensitive to this particular pesticide. It was a pesticide. We chased down his exposure. We do what we were trained to do, the vitamin C cleanse. Of the vitamin C with ascorbate vitamin C is stimulating cell energy to remove these things from the cell, again, because the omega-3 oils were present. And once his body released it, he was fine. But what's fascinating was we were able to identify it and show it to him, and it had a particular sense to it. And that's why I like this article from Science Magazine, because they were saying not only we know that these T cells are causing the inflammation in an abnormal fashion, they were able to prove it. So now it's not, and now we can help with this information. Now we can go the other direction and restore balance and begin the repair and healing process, which is really that's so exciting.
That's why we serve colleagues like yourself. We provide interpretations as well as, and you correctly said, the most accurate, precise, reproducible cell culture in the world. We've reported this at peer-reviewed meetings. We reported over 4,000 consecutive blind split samples with 2.2% variance, which meant excellent reproducibility. And we feel that's necessary to make available to you our service.
Yeah.
So we had to pioneer many technical aspects, but we're happy to have done that for many, many years and be able to be consistent within the service that we want, the helpful service that we want to provide.
Yeah, so it's working out fantastic, and I was just thrilled that the research community was in their direction. The two are starting to meet. So the
coming together, they are coming
and that provides the opportunity for future collaboration in that direction, and that would be really exciting to bring your data into your because of all these 30 years of data proving that we can identify the bad guys and then repair the system. So that had my
so
interest.
important, both of those. Identify accurately and completely, and then know what to do to restore tolerance and repair.
Yes, yeah, what's been, and in that regard, I'm very happy for the PERQUE products. the omega-3 oils, for example, we have to, when people are, I'll say sick, but their ability to repair is limited. We cannot use an oil that's partially oxidized or has trace amounts of heavy metals or PCBs. We just can't have, they don't get better. They actually get sick from it. And the same thing with the vitamin C. The vitamin C has been the biggest troublemaker. I should say it's equal with the fish oils as far as causing problems. But when I suggest to people who aren't familiar with everything we do, you need more vitamin C, they'll stop me and say, I can't take anymore. It makes me sicker. And then I have to explain it's the vitamin C that you're taking. And the ascorbic acid will not produce the same cellular repair or function response rates that we get with ascorbate vitamin C. It doesn't work.
We say this is nature's ascorbate. This is 100% buffered and reduced, and all L ascorbate. What you get from other sources, including professional sources, is a mix of damaged vitamin C, diketogulonic acid, dehydroascorbate, which should not be there. How do we accomplish this? Well, we produce our nature's ascorbate under a nitrogen blanket to keep air and oxygen away from the antioxidant that we're producing. And with regard to the omega-3 EPA DHA micellized soft gel, again, we distill it under nitrogen to protect it and to remove those harmful chemicals that are in almost all fish oils today. So I would distinguish what you have available through us, and it's our privilege to provide this consistently, is a new standard of purity as well as efficacy. We pay a lot of attention to bioavailability. This is becoming a popular word today. Are your supplements bioavailable? All of our supplements are 100% bioavailable all the time. And by the way, we did a double-blind placebo-controlled trial of our LifeGuard capsules to prove 100% uptake.
And for people watching, it sounds good, right? Well, we had so I got to tell you, because this was just so exciting. We're talking to somebody yesterday where they're in a tough spot physically. Their ejection volume, their heart ejection volume doubled by just taking the LifeGuard and which is your purified B6. It's got the antioxidants and the omega-3 oils and the ascorbic vitamin C and magnesium, but their ejection volume doubled. The cardiologist was spellbound, because how could you turn on cell energy in a weakened physiologic person? How could you turn on enough cell energy to do that? So that's where it sounds good, but now you've got proof. You've got clinical proof. And the person we had a lot of fun yesterday.
What you describe is an anecdote, an individual, but yes, it's so satisfying when you can see a result and document that it is, quote, unprecedented. And I'm glad the cardiologist paid attention.
Yeah, and so now what we'll do now with that person is we're going to use it's micellized coenzyme Q10 from PERQUE. It's 100% guaranteed that it's coenzyme Q10, not cheated on.
Right.
Now we'll give that to the mitoguards to this person. That's our next step.
Right.
To get the next bump up in ejection volume. This person, that wasn't the original issue, was something else. This was a secondary issue but we noticed such the dramatic improvement that now, and that the cardiologist was like, hey, can you do a little more? So we'll do a little more. We're going to try. So in another month, we'll know.
I look forward to hearing this case success and to adding to our case results. Another good example of what nature, nurture, and wholeness can do when guided with a wise, caring, competent physician who reaches out for information, inspiration, motivation. And we are thrilled and delighted to have been colleagues for a very long time.
Yeah, it's a great friendship. Yeah, and so that's why I wanted to get hold of you and talk about this research article, because now I'm seeing a new direction come in. The research mixed with the clinical was something that I've been looking forward to. So what I'm excited to see what comes out of this down the road.
Right.
That's what I'm looking for.
Well, bulletins to follow, as they say. Thank you so much for today, for being the kind of caring and competent professional that you are, for working alongside your spouse, who is your strong right arm.
Yes.
And together, you are helping people one at a time to move from survival to thriving, to move from suffering to repair. So
All right.
thank you. Many
You're
thanks.
welcome.
Many thanks.
All right. All right. Thanks for having me on.